Hi, I'm Dr. Rayanne Cruz, Dean of Academic Services. Before I began working for NOC, I was the Academic Integrity Coordinator for a large university. Because many of you will go on to take classes at other institutions, I wanted to make sure you understand what is expected of you from both NOC and at other colleges and universities. Research on the prevalence of cheating in higher education indicates anywhere from 75 to 98% of students admit to cheating at some point in their college careers. 50 years ago, it was the struggling students who were more likely to cheat. Now it's the above-average college students who are cheating. This presentation will cover the most common types of academic integrity violations, ways to avoid cheating, and NOC's academic integrity policy. According to the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, plagiarism is the act of using another person's words or ideas without giving credit to that person. The Harvard Writing Guide takes it a step further to say, it doesn't matter whether the source is a published author, another student, a website without clear authorship, a website that sells academic papers, or any other person. Taking credit for anyone else's work is stealing, and it's unacceptable in all academic situations, whether you do it intentionally or by accident. In Western culture, in America, we're big on taking ownership of words and ideas. Everyone wants to be given credit for his or her own work. So before writing a report, you need to read several different sources, synthesize the material, and come up with your own words. If you use a direct quote, be sure to place quotation marks around the quote and reference your source. One English teacher stated that using 3 exact words in a row is a quote. But be sure to check with your English teacher to find out the standards for your class. Paraphrasing doesn't require quotation marks, but you must still cite your source. When is it okay not to cite? You don't need to cite common knowledge, things like folklore, common sense observations, myths, urban legends, and historical events, but not historical documents. Or generally accepted facts such as smoking is bad for you, or in Oklahoma, you should drive on the right side of the road. If you start to quote the Oklahoma driver's license manual, though, you will need to cite your source. Self-plagiarism means you turned in the same report, the same PowerPoint presentation, or the same assignment to more than one class. Even if you wrote 100% of the article, you usually can't get credit for the same work in more than one class. For example, if you enroll in Psych 1113 in the fall semester and then drop the course, and then you re-enroll in Psych 1113 in the spring semester, more than likely you'll be given the same assignments in the spring as you were in the fall. But be sure to ask your instructor before you submit the same assignments. Most instructors expect original work. NOC and many other institutions use Turnitin.com. This software looks for similarities in your assignment and other assignments, books, magazines that have been included in the Turnitin database. And it's not just words. Turnitin can identify math equations and even corrupted files. Altering a doctor's note or faking an obituary is never a good idea. A quick Google search of images may turn up a fake obituary, but this is considered fabricating information and is a violation of academic integrity. Some of the harshest consequences that I observed in my previous position fell into this category. Unauthorized collaboration is the technical name for relying too heavily on internet sources, test files, purchased resources, or group work. There are several sites where you can buy resources, but I encourage you not to use them. First, we've found that particularly in math, accounting, and engineering, the resources are not correct. It becomes very obvious to your instructor when 10 or 20 or even 30 people in the class have the exact same wrong answer. Second, it's easy for your instructor to detect that you've used these resources because the methods of solving the problem is often different than methods taught in class. Finally, writing down homework solutions that you don't understand will be evident when you take your test. The best way to judge whether you're crossing the line from collaboration to unauthorized collaboration is to think, what would I do if the instructor walked in right now and found me doing this? If you'd feel okay with your actions, you're probably good. If you'd try to hide what you're doing, you've probably crossed the line, violating academic integrity rules. Even if your instructor says you can collaborate, you should be able to explain your work. You should only receive credit or a grade for work that you completed. So let's talk about ways to avoid cheating. None of the pictures in this slide are from NOC classrooms, but they do demonstrate just how far instructors will go to make sure students don't cheat. First, understand the assignment. If not, ask questions in class, email your instructor, or visit with your instructor during office hours. Second, ask your instructor if you can work in a group, look up answers on the internet, or purchase resources. It's better to know your instructor's expectations than guess. The old saying, it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission, does not apply with issues of academic integrity. Third, don't sit next to your friends during tests. Even if you sit next to them every day in class, I recommend you get up and move on test day, if you don't have assigned seating. If English isn't your native language, be sure to only speak English during tests. Even asking to borrow a pencil or a calculator in another language could raise suspicion. Finally, clear your desk during tests. Turn off your phone or your watch and put it away. Remove your hat, put away notes, and even clear drinks and food containers from your desk. NOC's academic dishonesty policy states, academic dishonesty or misconduct is not tolerated at Northern Oklahoma College. Whether in the form of plagiarism or cheating, it's a serious matter that can result in expulsion from the institution. Representing someone else's ideas as one's own or using unauthorized notes, aids, or other means to improve scores on an assignment, a project, or an exam will result in disciplinary action. NOC instructors may assign an F on an assignment or an F for the course. If the incident is serious, the instructor can take the issue to their division head or to the Vice President of Academic Affairs, who can recommend suspension or dismissal from NOC, and a notation will be made on the student's transcript. There are some other possible consequences of violating the academic integrity policy. An F on an assignment or an F in the class could lower your GPA and place you on academic probation or suspension. This might also cause enrollment holds on your account. Certain bachelor degrees require more than a 2.0 GPA. For example, you must maintain a 2.5 in order to take teacher certification exams, and most engineering degrees require a 2.5 to be fully admitted to some programs. Lowering your GPA could cause you to not meet the academic progress required for financial aid and scholarships. If you're an international student and you're dismissed from the college or university, it could change your visa status. And finally, maintaining a clean academic integrity record keeps you from having those awkward conversations with your future boss. A few employers, usually military or security type employers, might check your student conduct records to make sure you qualify for employment. Students who commit academic integrity violations had common situations. When I asked students why they cheated, most students said they could do the work, they just ran out of time, or they took the easy way out. They forgot they had an assignment due or a test. You can avoid this by taking all your course syllabi on the first few days of a new semester and put your assignments and tests into some kind of a calendaring system. It doesn't matter if it's a paper calendar, your phone, or a combination, but be sure to schedule in some regular study time. Young students are under tremendous pressure to excel. You are in almost constant contact with parents, friends, and study group members who know when your next test is, and they all want to know how you did. And this can be very stressful. It is possible to be too helpful. Sometimes students are just trying to help a partner, a roommate, or a classmate, but it could also mean letting someone copy from you during a test. Remember that both students get in trouble if you let someone cheat from your work. Read your syllabus. Your syllabus is a contract between you and the instructor and will give you guidelines for the instructor's expectations. Full-time instructors keep at least 10 office hours per week. Office hours are printed in the syllabus and usually posted on their office door. You can also visit the tutoring labs. There are tutoring labs at each location to assist students with math, science, language arts, and sometimes business. As an NOC student, you also have 300 minutes, that's 5 hours, of online tutoring assistance available through tutor.com. You can access tutor.com from your Blackboard homepage, and it's available 24/7. All of us want to earn a degree of value. Do your part by abiding by the NOC Academic Integrity Guidelines.